Hello, and a very warm welcome to all our guests on this wonderful program. I would like to introduce our guest speaker today. It is Dr. Suresh Dagur. Dr. Suresh is a naturopath by profession, and he's also an advanced practitioner and certified instructor of the Body Talk system of healing. It is it's a very new and new in the sense it's a very unique system of healing which combines the principles of quantum physics, Advait Vedant, and Eastern philosophy. Dr. Suresh Dagur came across the Body Talk system in 2003 and has been practicing it since 20 years. He's a teacher and instructor of this system of healing globally, and today we would love to learn more about it from him. Dr. Suresh Dagur, we're looking forward to hearing you today.
Thank you, Urvashi ji, for the
Yes,
nice introduction. And so I'm here available to you to answer all your queries and questions. So you can go ahead
yes.
straight away.
So before I
Pradeep,
and welcome you in his traditional way.
Hari
Thank you.
Om,
Thank you. Hari Om. Hari Om. Thank you.
Hari Om to all the
Hari Om Dada.
viewers.
Hari
Hari
Om.
Om to you, Urvashi. Thank you. And a very warm welcome to our guest speaker, Suresh Dagur.
Thank you.
Swagatam. The Hriday says Swagatam.
Thank you.
But let me introduce you in our traditional way of citing Sahib Kabir's Doha as a presentation to the viewers and a welcoming gesture for the guest speaker. So today's Doha says in Oriya language, I don't know if you may understand. Sahib Kabir says, Kabira soy surman. Kabira soy surman. Mansun maun jhuja. Mansun maun jhuja. Panch payada pailai. Tur karai sab duja. Now, what it means, Kabir says, one who is truly gallant, a man who is devoid of pride. With five senses, enemies in control, with all conflicts are set aside. So, this is the meaning, the purport of Kabir Sahib's meaning is that one is a real, true hero if one has removed pride from his psyche and achieved full control over the five enemies like Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Ahankar. And once he has done it, he is a man of gallantry and free of all conflicts of the mind. So with that, I'm going to continue our Q&A session with you. Before we start, would you like to say something? Suresh ji.
Yes. Uh, Firstly, I would like to say that this conversation today may be a little bit out of the box for most people because the majority today are suffering from some kind of ailment and they are looking for a cure. So everything, all focuses about the cure, and very commonly people ask me, what can you cure and things like that. So here the philosophy is different. We are teaching the body how to heal itself. So it's a very different philosophy and mechanics on how we approach the topic. So be prepared for that.
So, okay, so then can I shoot our first question?
Yes, please.
Okay, my first question is, what really is body talk? And how did you get interested in this innovative way of healing?
Yeah, okay, thank you. First of all, in the earlier stages, I used to think the name of body talk is a little bit peculiar. Body talk, people don't understand it. But as I went deeper, I think it was the right title because we are actually talking to the body not in words, but by subtle senses, and we are communicating through consciousness. Because the philosophy is that the body knows everything. The body and its cells have the knowledge more than any human being or the most fanciest equipment. Only touch the tip of the iceberg. Actually, it's the innate wisdom of the body, right? It's the innate wisdom of the body has the deepest knowledge of the body. So, and then the founders of Body Talk, they came to India and they learned Advait Vedant from Ramesh Balsekar in Bombay because he was the English-speaking guru and a student of Nisarga Datta Maharaj. So they have good Vedic knowledge, and combined with Chinese medicine and Western anatomy, physiology, this was packaged like that. And the idea was we look for priorities of the body and not the problems, because the problems are symptomatic, right? So what the body needs is the body knows what it needs. So it works on what the body needs, and the body tells us. And how I came into it is because in the 90s, when I was in Hong Kong, I did my naturopathy and then I did every kind of modality that was available to me at that time. And then still there was something missing. And the first time I heard the introduction on Body Talk, I knew this is it because it answered all possible questions that a human can have. That's how I got into it. And since then, I'm just all in into this modality.
The next question will be, there are so many modalities available today. This is causing confusion. So why is this body talk modality is so different?
Yes, that's an excellent question because most people find it very hard to appreciate, to differentiate. You see, every modality, I would say, with the exception of some rare thing, are working on known symptoms. You have a pain or some disease, and then you are trying to uh, heal it. So, right, and some modalities are taking healing energy from somewhere else and passing it to you, right? But here we are not looking at the problems, we are looking at the story of the body, right? It is like, there is a story of 10 blind men describing an elephant. Somebody only sees the trunk, somebody only sees the leg, somebody only sees the ear. So we are actually blind because our analytical knowledge is very limited. But here in Body Talk, we are not using our brain at all. We are communicating with the inborn wisdom of the client or the person we are doing a session with. So we surface what is already there. And I don't think any other modality is up. The approach is different. So we work on priorities. We find out what the body needs, not what symptom you have. And indirectly, you will discover during the session that you are addressing the symptom, but its original cause, the root of the matter. And I don't know any other modality which does that. So it's comprehensive. It includes everything.
So उसमें फिर मेरे को एक ख्याल आता है
Yes.
कि what is the difference between the mind of a person, the mind of a human being, and the mind of the cells collectively? What's the difference? Are you trying to say
Yeah.
the cells are smarter than the mind of the cells are smarter than the mind of the human brain or mind of the
Yeah.
human?
Actually, earlier on, when the Newtonian science came in, they separated the mind from the body, right? The mind is separate to the body, right? But now we understand where is the mind? The mind is not in the head. The mind is all over your body, right? And it's a part of the universal mind, right? So every cell has the same consciousness that is there everywhere. In fact, every cell is a hologram of the entire body, and it has its mind. If we talk of a thinking mind, it's corrupted, right? That is a corrupted mind because you have belief systems, you have preconceived ideas, but the body's mind, what is lodged in your tissues, is the true mind which knows the truth. So the mind is a very another deep subject. So here, mind, body, and spirit is treated as one. The mind is not separate from any part of your body.
I see. So, in that case, uh, can you diagnose a person correctly or effectively? And if you can do that, what is the scope of the diseases that can be treated?
Well, let me first start with the word diagnose. The word diagnose is patented by medical science, so we don't use that word. But you have found, as you will know from your observation, that medical diagnosis is very, very tiny part of what they can only find some very minuscule part of what is going wrong in the body. Something that has exhibited itself already, something that has manifested, right? So we don't use the word diagnose. We discover. We discover what the body needs and we go down to its root cause because disorders manifest in your subtle body years and years before they can be seen by diagnostic tests, right? Right from the second trimester of the fetal life, right up to a present age, whatever has happened in your environment or within your body is not going to show immediately. It shows 10, 15, 20 years later, and then the diagnostician can diagnose, okay, you have this now, because he can see it. But we don't look for what is visible. We look for the energy matrix within the body where the problem is arising. So there is a difference. So we are into wellness and healthcare. So we are not looking at diseases. Of course, we listen to the disease, what the patient or the client has to say, but we still have to go deep within the body mind to discover the story of the body from your fetal life till now, what could have caused this present disorder. So you may have heard that a lot of people have cancer surgery, tumors removed, but the problem reoccurs after 1 or 2 years. The reason, they have only removed the physical aspect of the disorder. But the cause still exists and it gets a reoccurrence. Therefore, we remove it from the root cause first, right? And then the body knows how to heal itself. Once the body gets trained, it takes care of any issues. Your body is fully capable of doing it. So the philosophy and the way we approach is different. So we don't cure diseases. We don't make that statement. In fact, it is illegal. So we don't claim anything, right? Because that is copyrighted by the medical fraternity. Only they can diagnose and only they can treat diseases. They say cure, but in reality, there is no cure. Diseases cannot get cured by chemical substances. Yeah, it's not possible. So they leave some side effect or something or the other. So the approach is different. But anybody, even you're taking medical procedures, when you do body talk or healing within yourself, those systems or procedures work more efficiently because your body contributes to the getting well aspect of it. Yeah.
So, in that case, what is the difference between treating the subconscious mind and body talk? How do you are you trying to discover what is in the subconscious
Yes.
mind and trying to
One
heal
moment.
from it?
Yes, yes, correct. Just one moment. I have to attend the door.
Urvashi, are you ready to question the next few questions you can ask after this?
Yes, yes, will do.
You are
It's very
asking
interesting what
from the
he's saying,
subconscious mind.
and it
Yeah,
begins
Yeah,
to.
we
You
have
start
to
wondering
understand.
why am I using regular
This is
medicine?
all
That's
all
it.
about.
yeah,
Let
yeah.
us
Now, if
understand.
you
Yes, sir.
okay, if you look at an iceberg, if you look at an iceberg, what you see is only the tip, right? The whole expanse is your subconscious. It's the game of all the subconscious mind. So we work at the subconscious mind level because all the information is stored there. In fact, what you see is maximum 5% of reality, or even not even that, which is your conscious mind sees very little. Your eyes can see very little, actually, a minuscule part of reality. And that is why, and what you see is goes through your brain, and it is interpreted according to your beliefs and conditionings. That is why in America, we have cases, eye testimony is not accepted in court anymore. Because different people see different things and you see very limited. The same thing with the sound, right? But when we go into the subconscious mind, wow, it's 95% of the information is there. So our main work is in the subconscious level of the mind because we get all the information from there. Your conscious mind is very little. It's too
So let me
minuscule.
understand one thing correctly. You're
Yes.
trying to discover what is resident or what the subconscious mind, what kind of story it has to tell. That is on one part. But you are
Yes.
mentioning the body knows itself how to heal. So once you are
Yes.
able to determine what is wrong, then how do you connect the cells and the curation of the cells to come to rescue to address the particular problem?
Thank
Is it
you. Very good question. Very good question. You see, there are trillions of communications going on within the body mind at every time, even in your sleep. It is a healthy person. If you compare it to an orchestra, there are so many communications going on. You cannot, by scientific knowledge, understand all of them. We only understand very little, but the body understands. So when these communications, some communication is obstructed or broken, right? That causes a disorder. It is like an orchestra. When you have an orchestra, you have 20, 30 instruments all tuned together and playing in harmony. Everything is in the correct scale and the correct beat, and that is called harmony. So, if this communication within the body is in harmony, uh, everything is okay. So, main cause of disease is when there is disharmony within the body, and some parts don't communicate, and that's what causes disorders. So we are discovering where the disharmony is, and we harmonize and balance all those communications. And the body heals itself. That's its job. It is designed to take care of everything, provided these conditions of communication are met.
so? Why can't the body heal itself directly? Why does it have to go through a medium like you? What is it that you
Exactly,
facilitate?
exactly. Thank you. Because from your, as I mentioned, from the second trimester of your fetal life to your present day, you are up to the age of 7, it's okay. The body is in its original self. But after that, you are picking up from the environment, right? You are being conditioned. And the biggest conditioning is putting on these clothes. Just imagine. And then when you are a child, do this, don't do this, you go to school, do this is correct, this is wrong. We are totally programmed. So this program happens in the subconscious mind. Habits, programs. So our bodies are programmed. So only when you unprogram the body, you can come to the level of the subconscious mind and your right brain. Even you have a left brain where you have learned knowledge. So we are very intelligent, we say. We call intelligence, but actually intelligence is not in the brain, right? So the left brain we call is what we have learned, right? Is the left brain knowledge. The right brain is unused. We only use 5% of our brain. The 95% is not used. Because the right brain is the intuitive brain, the creative brain, non-logical brain. Left brain is logic. This world is running on logic, right? Logic can only take you from point A to point B. That's all it can do. But intuition can take you everywhere. It can make you discover everything. So the reason we are suffering is because of our conditioning. And the recent episode we had of this pandemic was a typical example people must understand. It was a holocaust, mental agony to everybody, and it was causing people illness. So because the media, people watch TV, you're being programmed. The TV has programs. They call them programs. They are programming your subconscious mind. So we are programmed, and that is what causes the disorders. So unless you reprogram your body, you cannot heal yourself. The body has forgotten how to heal itself, basically.
How do you
So that's why we
reprogram?
have to teach the body how to heal itself.
You have to reprogram the mind first, and then the cells.
You have to start programming from the subconscious level, and your mind and body gets reprogrammed, right?
I see.
Your cells still know the truth, but they are getting, you see, in now with quantum physics understanding, whether you are thinking of something or whether you are doing it, the body doesn't know the difference. It has the same effect. If you're in anger, right, whether you think of anger mentally or you're actually getting anger, the body doesn't know the difference. The body reacts in the same way. So the mind plays a main part in your wellness, right? So when you start changing your thoughts and your mind, as you said, because you are understanding mind, I am understanding deeper levels of the subconscious. But it's the same thing. Your mind affects your body. That is why mind, body to be treated as separate is false. It's the wrong concept. Mind, body are all one. So when you look at it together, then you will yourself understand that every thought of yours is programming your body.
Okay, I will now request Mr. Theo Siakalos, right? Is it pronounced
Yes,
correct?
it's correct.
Okay, he's from Athens, Greece, and he's an economist and an economics tutor, and his forte lies in the subject of behavioral analysis and social public health. So, welcome to our show, Theo.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very
Instantly,
much.
I'm very obliged to him, Suresh. When my wife got lost in Athens, I went to his restaurant weeping like a child that my wife is lost. What can we do? Should we go to the police? And he was all ready to help me in every little way. And I'm obliged to him for that. So, and our friendship has developed from that. Uh, so, Theo, welcome once again. And please go ahead and ask and have a nice dialogue with our Suresh Tagore.
First of all, thank you for this opportunity. All of you, especially you, Dayal, thank you for your friendship. I say that in public. I appreciate I appreciate the fact that we're friends, and I appreciate the fact that I'm here together online with you. Doctor, I have seen your work. What you have done is amazing. I totally agree with you that body and mind is one. Okay, so we should take into account that it is one, not separate. We cannot study them or explore them in a separate way. We have to take them into account as one. My first question is, have you managed to develop ways or other tools to inform people about your medical methods? Because what you do is quite interesting and people should be informed. So have you developed any methods on how to inform people about your medical methods?
Yes, actually, what I do is wherever I get an opportunity, I free of charge, I travel around the world giving lectures to people who are interested. So it is to create an awareness. But whereas actual action comes, because I live in a remote forest area with a lot of villages, impoverished people who don't have the facility. So I teach the primary school, the small children, a couple of techniques on how they can balance their brain and body, mind and body together, so that they start performing better in their school and they reduce medical expenses. Every time you get a little headache or fever, you don't have to go to the city and spend so much money, take a day off and get treatment. So this is a big contribution that we do to teaching the children in schools, because they have the world in front of them. So they are the best people to start with. And when you educate them and teach them a few simple things in this philosophy, they perform better in school. They are better people, more balanced, and they can survive a lot better. That's one thing. But people, even otherwise, we do one-day courses where we teach these simple techniques, right? 6 simple techniques which you use on yourself, and your body remains in balance, right? And those who are more serious and want to go on to learn more, we have more advanced courses where you learn a lot more. So they're very intensive. But if people don't want to go so deep into it, they can do a one-day training, and then we teach. It's called Access to the Body Talk System, which is simple. Anybody can use those techniques, and your body keeps balancing itself. And over a period of time, your body understands how it is supposed to stay. So basically, this is what we do.
Great. It's magnificent what you do, really. I really mean it. Well done for what you have done. It's amazing. I have another question. You said, and I will take one comment of yours. You said earlier that the medical treatments treat illnesses, and I have seen that in a person that I knew back in England. So he had cancer. He dealt with the cancer, but after a while, he had a brain tumor. So in the end, the tumor and the cancer were not healed. So my next question is, have you ever discussed with the medical associations to incorporate your medical methods into national health systems? Because they can help. Your methods can help.
Exactly. Yes. Actually, we have a lot of medical doctors, MD doctors, practicing body talk. So this system can be practiced by laypersons, by nurses, medical doctors. There are so many. In fact, in India, we have 7 medical doctors practicing body talk. They were recently being trained. They are MD. They are doctors of integrative medicine. So these modern doctors have an open mind because they are free to look in. But the traditional old doctors who just learned a particular curriculum in medical school, they only stick to that. So they are not willing to listen. So unless the mind is open to receive, we cannot teach them. But our founders, they were all medical doctors. There are a lot of doctors of Chinese medicine practicing talk. The thing is, we have the left brain, the learned knowledge, and the right brain, intuitive brain. So when we develop the right brain and they both work laterally, we are actually using 100% of the brain. So the more knowledge you have in your left brain, learned knowledge, the more effective, right? Because a layman goes intuitively, he only knows this much. So he knows where the organs are, how you feel. So he can only go to that depth. But a person, a medical MD doctor who can go very deep into the cells, he can use body talk at a much deeper level. So actually, medical doctors practicing this do very well. So we have gynecologists, body talkers, we have neurologists, body talkers, and we have all kind of body talkers, no matter what they are doing, right? So this is all, it encompasses everything. It's not just you do body talk, right? Body talk is different. Body talk is a philosophy, a system, it's a language, it's an umbrella to encompass anything that comes into it. So it's not one particular modality, it's universal.
Great. You answered all my questions. Thank you very much. And I wish you the best of luck with promoting your medical methods because they can really help people. I believe that. Honestly, I believe that.
Yes, so
you have any more questions to ask? Theo?
No, I have no more questions.
If you have any off the rack question that comes to your mind, you can ask him now.
The only question I have about doctor is you said earlier that you need to train your subconscious mind first, and people and even modern psychologists pay attention to. Some researchers call it subconscious, some others call it attitude. How do you train your subconscious mind?
Yeah, actually we have systems. That's what the training is. We have methods on how we teach you how to train yourself. That's the idea of the course. Actually, the courses mostly is to understand the philosophy. The techniques are very simple, right? The contact points, and we consider you have three brains, right? This the head brain is the processor. Your heart brain is you remember by heart, and then we have the enteric brain in the gut, which assimilates and integrates everything. So whatever information we discover and the techniques we find, then all we do is we send a tsunami, a vertical wave down to the thalamus in your brain. So that's the information going to the brain, telling your brain what it is supposed to do. And then we tap on the heart to memorize that brain, so that link should not be broken again. And then we tap on the enteric brain above the navel to digest and integrate everything. So actually, we understand that your intelligence is not in the head, it is in the intestines, because the intestines know what to absorb. So this is your intelligence is here. So if commonly people know my head says one thing, but my heart doesn't agree, but I have a gut feeling. So it's the three brains. So we work on all three brains together. They should integrate. They have their own job to do. It's not just in the head. Yeah.
Great, thank you very much. Your answers, they are really useful, and I wish you all the best of luck in order to promote your innovative medical methods, because they can really help people. I believe that they can really help people.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Okay, you're most welcome to be around. But if you're busy, then you may leave for your work. I won't.
Okay.
So you're welcome to stay. No
I'm going to
problem.
stay for a while. Thank you.
Okay, good. So I'll ask Suresh one question before I give the stage to Urvashi. You are saying that you're teaching the brain by doing certain actions like Reiki people do, What are you trying to convey to the brain by actions and touching the heart? Like,
Yeah.
as a woman, how will you touch a woman's heart? I mean,
Yes.
there's
Let
a
me come
physical.
to it. This is only an introduction, right? So
Yeah.
when I was talking of the brains, I'm talking when we implement. You see, when we discover by body talk what the body needs, we make a formula of your body. Pancreas not communicating with liver, right? Your hypothalamus set point is disturbed for your blood pressure. All those links we make, and when we have a formula through consciousness, we are sending the message to the head brain. You don't even have to touch, There is a vertical wave which goes down into your thalamus, which is receiving center. So we are sending through consciousness that information which we have highlighted, which we have not made up. We have discovered, because the information is there in the innate wisdom of the body. So we discover it and we remind the brain to do that. And we tap on the heart. Now, if you talk of a woman with big busts, yeah, it's hard to tap. You can tap on the back, because the heart is available from the front or the back. And you don't have to tap. It's the sternum. We actually tap the sternum, which is the contact point for the heart. So we are just reminding the innate wisdom of the body, what we have discovered and what it should do. So it is your own brain and body that is doing the healing. So we do not call us, I am not a healer, because the moment I call myself a healer, then I get an ego. And when we do the session, we are not expecting or unexpecting results. If we get results, very good. If we don't get results, also very good. So we are a non-doer. We follow the Vedic philosophy to the word, not just read it, right? It's Advait Vedanta. We are all one, so I can communicate with anybody in the globe. I have done very, very serious cases which medicals could not crack. In Sweden, glioblastoma tumor, right? People say you can't live more than 3 months. But it heals. But I have not healed it. I facilitated it. It disappeared in 8 months. and the person lived for 2 years after that. So it happens, but the credit doesn't go to me. It is the system. Okay? If I start taking the credit or the blame, then my own ego and all this, all that confusion happens. So we are not the doer. We just do what we are supposed to do as a job. Yeah. So no doership. The doership causes problems and it causes ego, which again that puts a block between my subconscious and me. So we have to work in a very different way.
So
That's
this
the
is where the Advaita philosophy comes in your approach of non-doership. This is where
yeah.
Bhagavad comes
That's
into.
very important. That's very important. Yeah.
Okay, before I conjure up some more questions, I will let Urvashi ask you a few questions. Urvashi, please
Okay.
go ahead.
Thank you. Ravi. Yeah. Yes, Urvashi.
Hello,
Hi.
doctor. Yes, it's very fascinating, really, to hear about what you are doing, and some questions do come to mind before I go to the ones that I have already,
Yeah. No. No. A lot
prepared for
of
you.
questions will come, but it takes time and maybe other meetings or some of my class. The subject is very deep and very wide,
I'm
but very
sure.
simple.
Okay. So my first question would be that mental illnesses can also be cured through this system of healing. Or I mean, you've been talking about physical diseases, but mental diseases also. Do you cure those as well,
Yeah.
or do you
Yeah. Okay.
facilitate the
Okay.
body
Yes.
curing?
Yes. Because I don't like to use the word cure because I am not legally, I cannot claim that I can cure anything. They will put me in prison,
Sure.
right? Yeah. So, but the point is, what we do, even see, mind and body is one. Mental disorders are part of you. But mostly, I find if mental disorders are from early childhood, then they have occurred mostly in your fetal life, second and third trimester. It is not only what the mother is going through, it is what the father is going through. See, the mother is exposed to a certain environment and it affects the life inside her. So we have to do the body talk to find out what has caused this. See, every person is different. Some people may have caused a mental disorder at childbirth. I know people who had the umbilical cord wrapped on the neck and so they have problem. Some is due to a fall. Some is due to some environmental issue in their fetal life. So we find the cause and we balance their brain and body so that the body tries to take care of it. And we get results. It may not be 100%, maybe 50% better, 70% better, or whatever. So, but that is a better approach than pumping chemicals and drugs to subdue the brain. So you have a better
Sure.
chance. Yeah. So
So
it does
like in
help
like
in every case. Yeah.
okay, because now after COVID, I have seen that depression has become an epidemic amongst teenagers and young adults,
Yes. The
and so
reason, yeah. Actually, sorry for interrupting. This is a very common thing because this whole episode of this pandemic was a disaster on the minds of people.
yes,
The bugs don't make you sick, okay? The bugs don't make you sick. Your body knows how to make antibodies. None of our body talkers ever got COVID, anybody I know of. Because we
wow,
have a protocol. We don't get carried away by all this crap that the TV and the news is throwing at you. Do this, take two vaccine, take two, take booster, take this. It's all rubbish. Okay, those vaccines are causing disorders today. And in my sessions with people, we discover it. In our protocol, vaccines come up as an important point. So a lot of people are having these problems due to the vaccine. But in body
yes,
talk, we come to know that if it's the vaccine, then we focus on how to balance the effect of the vaccine within the body. So this is common. Thyroid problems, this problem, anything is happening. Yeah. It was chaotic. Yeah.
right. So just to understand the process of how you go through this, let's say I come to you and I have a heart issue, I have heart disease. So what is the first thing that you would do? Would you take a case history like the homeopaths do, or What would be the first line of
Yeah,
action?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. When we do the session, the first thing I ask from your subconscious is permissions a priority? Everything, all our questions is this a priority? See, I will listen to you out of respect for you that you have a heart problem. I've heard you and I will put that information aside. I'm not going to look
Okay.
at your heart. I am going to browse through your entire body mind complex by a protocol which will tell me what is the problem, right?
Okay.
And what it
Yeah.
needs to be linked with, and heart will come up in some part of the formula.
Right. Right.
So yeah, so it is like that. I'm working on the whole body. Your heart is just one part, but it's connected with the entire body mind. So I have to get the whole thing. What was the issue? Was it related to love sadness? Is it related to physical blockage? Is some valve not working? So we get all the things together. And the beauty is, at the end of our protocol, it asks other modalities. So it's not necessary body talk. Your body could tell me you need another modality. So our next question is it parama? Parama is the very high level of body talk. Parama is a Sanskrit word, beyond all. So I also practice parama, you see in my bio, right? Or
Yes.
other
Yes.
modality. So do you need a cardiologist? If the body says yes, I will tell you, okay, visit the cardiologist. If you have to go through surgery, I advise people take a session before surgery so your body is balanced. Take one after the surgery so that you heal faster. But if you need it, the body talk is not again. In fact, body talk will guide you what is best for you. So it's the umbrella, as I said. It
Right.
encompasses everything. Yeah. So if you
Now,
need the surgery, your body will know it. Yeah.
you are also a naturopath by profession. So, do you also
Yes.
advise certain naturopathic, uh,
Yes.
methods of
Yes.
healing like hip bath and enema and those things along with this
Definitely,
body talk
yes, yeah. So
and diet?
yeah. But even in naturopathy, I use body talk. I ask the body. I also practice ozone therapy. You know,
Yes.
ozone. I'm an advanced ozone therapist
Okay.
also. So we also give ozone, which is a wonderful thing, right? And
Yes.
there are many ways. But I always ask the body: is this suitable? Even like a lot of homeopaths are body talkers, but homeopaths they try one medicine 1 week, then they try another, they try a third, which one works. But if they are
Yes.
body talker homeopaths, then they go spot on. You ask, your body knows, so they'll ask, is this remedy suitable? Is this? They can find out which is most suitable. Okay, what should be the potency? 30, 100, 200 million. Okay, what should be the
That's
frequency?
amazing.
Once a day, twice. Your body knows it. But we are
That's
trying to
amazing.
use our learned knowledge. We are trying to use our
Limited.
limited
Very limited.
mind to
Yes.
guess. Okay, so there's no guesswork. We trust the body. And whatever we do in body talk, the beauty is it is harmless. Even a new
Yes.
body talker is making wrong links and tapping out. At worst, nothing will happen. At best, anything. Okay. So
Okay.
it's harmless, safe, non-invasive. We don't poke anything. Okay. We don't give medicine. So that is the extreme beauty of body talk. Totally
Now,
non-invasive.
yes. So in pranic healing and things like that, they look at the aura of the person. Do you also kind of look at the aura of the person, or like you're talking to the intelligence of the cell?
Yeah. I can look at the aura not like this. I have sophisticated polycontrast interference imaging for PIP. I also do that where I can see the actual chakras and the auras, but I'm not using that. So we just find out from the rather than seeing what I see, then I'm projecting my thoughts. So
Yes.
we have to keep a separateness. That is, if I go with a preconceived idea that I will see this aura or this person is like this, he must have this problem, then it's all wrong. Then I'm mirroring my information.
Right.
So we
Right.
have to be a clean slate. Let the body tell us. So we communicate with the body to tell us. The body knows the truth. ages ago, 30, 40 years ago, when I started this, I read a book by Neil Diamond called The Body Cannot Lie. The body cannot lie. Okay?
True.
The
Lovely.
mind
Very true.
lies. The body is ever truthful.
Right, right. Fascinating. Okay, now I'll get to my questions, which I've written down, which Dada has
Okay.
also.
Yeah.
So, one is that since you are an instructor of the system of healing, can anyone learn and practice body talk, or does one have to have some
Yeah.
certain pre-qualifications?
There is no pre-qualification required. Anybody can learn body talk. And the beauty is that the simpler the mind, if you don't know anything, it is more easy to learn body talk. Because I'm introducing new concepts, new philosophy, which you have forgotten. Actually, it's there. In India is the richest country to have this philosophy. But we have forgotten. Who remembers
Yes,
Advaita Vedanta? Nobody.
absolutely
Now,
right. Yeah.
hardly. So, if it is a simple person, simple mind, you will pick it up very fast. Medical doctors is more difficult, but the new
Sure.
medical doctors are pick it up very fast because they are into integrative medicine. So anybody can learn it. There are no prerequisites. But
Okay,
when you
wonderful.
to advance in body talk, you have to do the basic ones first, and then the more senior level. That's different. But to start, nothing is required.
Okay. And when you prescribe, or you don't prescribe, as you said, the body heals itself, but then do you tell the person who comes to you that this is what you have to say to the body? Do you teach certain things to them? Like, this is how you have to talk to the body back to heal yourself? Like, what is this? Then, how does
No,
the
yes,
person
I
use
got
what
it.
you have learned? Yeah.
I got it. You
Thank
see,
you.
we do not do positive affirmations. Okay,
Okay.
that is one thing. But we have a technique called the Cortesies technique, which you give me 2 or 3 minutes at the end of the show, and I will teach it here. This is a simple technique which is on my YouTube channel, and it's the flagship technique of body talk, which we are encouraged to teach freely to everybody. In this,
Okay.
we just do certain balancing in the brain, which everybody should do. So even after my session, my client, I teach them to do this tapping on their brain. So it reinstates the programs I have put in, and it balances because your whatever is happening in your body is reflected in the brain in both hemispheres as cold spots of reduced activity. Your brain knows what is happening. So we bridge the two hemispheres and we tap. So we are balancing those parts of the reduced activity. It could be anywhere, so we do the whole brain. And that reflects back into the brain to do your healing. So,
I see.
so rather than making affirmations, we just tell them to do this, right? The cortices. So the cortices technique balances your entire mind body.
And how often does one have to do this before one sees some improvement in one's health?
You see, some people may get a dramatic, see, some change you will see immediately, some subtle
Okay,
change, if you're open to receive, right? After the session, you will feel a bit different. But you may not be able to pinpoint what happened because it takes time. See, a problem that has taken 20, 30 years and become chronic, you don't
yes,
expect it in 1 minute to go. But you will
sure.
start seeing the journey has begun. Your body has started the process to rectify it. So,
Okay, so
one session you will see the difference. If it's a chronic disorder, I think about 6 sessions. It depends. It depends. Everybody is different. But then I can teach the client, you keep doing cortices every day, that itself will reinforce all the formula. Yeah.
okay, are there any herbs or medicines that you
No,
nothing at all?
no. In body talk, we don't prescribe anything. But as
Okay,
common sense, I would advise as a naturopath, stop the white sugars,
yes,
Don't don't take white sugar. That's the biggest poison people are suffering from. Do some nice breathing, right? Because your
yes,
breath scans the body. See, a lot of people teach you breathing, but mostly they teach you breathing in. They don't teach you breathing out. I teach breathing out because
All
it is
the
your breath, it is your breath that scans the entire body and it discovers what is going on and reflects it back to the brain. Most people breathe in nicely, but they don't breathe out. And breathing out contacts the lower frequencies of your body, your bones, your muscles, right? Breathing out is lower frequency. So if you're not breathing out, your brain will not come to know that you have a problem in the knee or some bone. The brain doesn't know because you're not
wow.
breathing out. Yeah. So I teach
Yeah.
some
Suresh,
offbeat things like
can I cut you there?
Yes, yes,
yes,
Dada.
Urvashi,
Yeah, yeah,
you
please go
mentioned,
ahead, Dada. I have
yeah,
little
you
more
mentioned
time.
that the person knows how to breathe in, but he does not breathe out. It's not possible. Everybody has to breathe out. The problem here, in my opinion, because I gave a talk on breathing last night, the ratio of inhale and exhalation should be 1 to 2. Like if you inhale for a count of 5, then your exhalation should be a count of 10. So by deeper exhalation or slow exhalation, your theory of uh, scaling or the body scanning itself will be successful. So I want your confirmation on that. So is the exhalation is a direct teaching method of exhalation that cures people also in a way. Are you there? Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? I think something is wrong. Urvashi, did you
I
understand?
think, yes, yes, Dada. I think, see, those who know pranayam will do this. But the general public will not do this. I mean, all of us, when we breathe very shallow.
No, breathing
And
is shallow is not advocated at all. In my last topic,
it's
I
not
mentioned
advocated.
that you have to breathe slow, you have to breathe deep, and you have to breathe abdominal breathing. And the
Yes, but
ratio of inhalation and exhalation should be ideally 1:2. So if your
that's
inhalation
correct.
is 5, you exhale 10 or maybe 15 or 20 also. But then I've explained everything, the mechanics of deep breathing already. So
Correct.
but
But
Suresh Thakur is saying,
that's only in those 10 minutes that one does pranayam that one focuses on that kind of breathing. The rest of the day we're all doing little bit shallow
yeah,
breathing.
but then you see the problem is the idea is that if you do 15 minutes every day, then it becomes gradually a part of your system.
Part of you, yes, yes.
So
So
then
maybe Doctor,
habit, yeah, so it becomes habituated and then it becomes a natural phenomena of your beingness. So what my idea and Suresh's idea is that when you exhale, which I didn't know, the body scans itself. So the deeper and slower the exhalation, the better the scanning system takes place. So people who are short breathers or short exhalations, they suffer from knee pain. I would like Mr. Suresh Thakur to confirm that.
yeah. First of all, sorry, I lost audio a bit and then I had to reload.
Yeah.
Yes,
yes, no
actually,
worries.
actually, Dayalji is correct. You're breathing correct is all right. But what we do is we call it diaphragmatic breathing. So that your cycle, when you're in breath, your belly should go out. And out breath, your belly should go in and press the lungs. So this cycle, I teach people to reverse because that is very good breathing. And during this diaphragmatic breathing, your entire body moves. You get a pelvic rock as well if you look very gently. So it helps your lymphatic fluids to move. Plus, as Dayalji said, it's you scan the body. So that's absolutely right. So the in breath is scanning higher frequencies, out breath is scanning the lower frequencies and the best. So this is also Chinese medicine, right? The Chinese medicine also, which is part of body talk, also teaches us this thing. It scans the body and reflects it back to your brain. So breathing is very important, definitely. Correct breathing, yeah. And if you look at a baby, if you don't know how to breathe, tell them people to look at a newborn baby. see how beautifully the belly goes up and it goes down. It's so much in coherence with your entire body. So if people just do good breathing and into 24/7, I mean whole night, it becomes a pattern. And then, well, you won half the battle. You won it's excellent. Wonderful.
So, Oroshi, you have any more questions before I take?
Yeah,
Yeah, go
just
ahead.
one last question, doctor, is that one can, supposing one say is a heart patient or a diabetes patient, can one be cured with body talk without taking any medicine at all? Do you think that's possible?
You see, again, I will ask the body whether he needs medication. But certain balancing that is required, like your pituitary or master gland is sending signals to the pancreas, right? Let's talk about diabetes. So we will
Yes,
balance that. Then you have a pancreas to liver link that should be established. These are both digestive organs, right? And
yes,
then we have to find the cause. We have a thing called active memory. You know, worry causes pancreatic problems. So if he finds from the body talk he has a worrisome lifestyle or some incident happened in his life which caused him extreme anxiety, then we have to neutralize the charge of that time, which we have a technique to remove it from the mind, right? So I wouldn't say the word cure. That's why we don't use cure. Actually, nobody has cured for anything, to tell you the
sure.
truth. Yeah, nothing is cured. Yes, it's help. So whatever medication you are taking by these techniques, your medicine will work better, and your diabetes will reduce. And gradually, it is your doctor who has to tell you to reduce the medication.
Okay.
But if it is just caused by the anxiety, I've had cases like that. People working with me, we had a cyclone and a lot of destruction was there. So my guy who takes care of my place, he never had diabetes, but it went up to 400. But I could
Wow.
bring it down because I knew the cause, right? So
Yes.
it will help, but every third case will be different. And
Amazing.
I will also guide him on his lifestyle. Also, it's a
Sure,
lifestyle
sure.
disorder.
Thank you. I will sign off now, but I'm definitely coming to you, doctor.
Please welcome
Yeah.
anytime. This is my
He's got
job,
a
and
very big
I,
farm in near Pune. He's got like
One
20 or 20, 30 acres there. Lucky, he's
amazing.
very lucky.
yeah,
And he's
most of my
so I
classes actually
suggested
get my
him
and
yesterday that we should, what should be our attitude in life now? How to survive a nuclear holocaust.
Oh wow.
Suppose there is a
Okay.
nuclear holocaust, right? So we'll be going back to basics. Suppose
Yes.
there's a nuclear all astrologers are predicting that there'll be a nuclear warfare in by 2030. God forbid if it happens. What will happen to all of us? We will not have any internet. We will have no computer. We'll have no clothes. There will not be any steel. I personally don't know even how to make fire. So that means we'll be going back to the Stone Age. Now, how to
Right.
survive in that Stone Age, I would very much like that if two people should get together and teach our children, because all your theories and mechanics about economics and finances and all these things will go take a somersault. How do you survive in adverse circumstances? Roti kapda makan chahiye. How do you get that thing done like our ancestors did? So what I'm trying to say is that we should have a course teaching people not only body talk but also how to survive in a forest or a desert or a jungle. How to survive? What
We
are
can
these?
learn that from going to doctor's farm, perhaps.
Exactly. That's what I'm
yes,
suggesting.
it's a brilliant place to do
That
that because
and
we are.
we teach people how to make bore wells, how to draw out water. Our people in the financial sector, they don't know. They're just wearing clothes and doing fashion designing and boosting their ego. But if you bring
Yes.
them to basics, they'll be washed out. They cannot survive even 10 seconds Yes.
I think anyone in the urban cities also
No,
cannot
there'll be
survive.
no air con. There'll be mosquitoes flying over. How do you protect yourself? What will you eat? There's no fire. What are you going to do? So this is what I'm thinking of suggesting that we should allot 2, 3 acres and we get students to teach all those things. Anyway, that's
Lovely.
another story altogether.
Well, I can give you the place to do whatever you like. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you so
In the
much.
we
forest.
Thank
In
you.
the forest. Yeah.
So I will round off this before
Okay.
Urvashi. I want you to round off with a prayer, but before
Yes.
you round off, I want to ask one simple question to Surajji. Surajji, so basically, uh, how would you define body talk in 3 or 4 sentences? What is the procedure of body talk? Because here, what I understand in a very what you call casual manner is that you are trying to affect the vital life force, the prana shakti, inside and outside, and you are trying to make pathways through the pranic vital force inside, and you are also applying autosuggestion and hypnotherapy in a way. So I would like to have your confirmation on that.
Yeah. Okay. First of all, we don't give auto suggestions or hypnotherapy. Yeah. We don't do
Okay.
that. We don't do positive affirmation. This is scientific. But this is the new science. It's quantum science, right? It's not the Newtonian science anymore. And if you listen to quantum scientists, Joe Dispenza, Bruce Lipton, Amit Goswami, they are very well connected with body talk. And they know that this is the cutting edge energy therapy. All future medicine will be based on this philosophy after the medical formula is weakening out gradually. So you still need that. So here I can define body talk as a very comprehensive system. It is not a modality. It's a system. Like you have Ayurveda, you have homeopathy. It's a whole system. This system is very comprehensive. It is simple. It's effective. It's non-invasive and can cause no harm, right? And it's based on quantum science, Advait Vedant. Actually, they are the same, but people still make a difference. But some aspects are the same. Quantum physics, Advait Vedant, Chinese medicine, a little bit of yogic techniques, and Western anatomy and physiology. Yeah. So this is how it is, and
No,
it
but
is not.
one thing. Body
Yeah.
talk is essentially not a curing system. It is trying to read the body.
May I clarify?
Yeah, please.
You see, wellness and health and disease care are two different things. Absence of disease does not mean you are healthy. See, a lot of people go for annual medical checkups. They few actually minuscule parameters they measure, but that's what they know. So if you have no disorder in your medical check, it does not mean that you are healthy. Okay? I know people who get a stroke. So that is medical science is disease care facility. It's not health care. It's nothing to do with health. Okay, they're only attending to diseases. So absence of a diseases is not a state of health. Yeah. So we are into health and wellness, right? So when you are well and you are healthy, you are not likely to have disorders. So it works a lot in prevention. Prevention, definitely. So doing these practices, your body is prepared to fight any invasive factors. So there is a difference in healthcare and disease care. But doing healthcare of this type makes the disease care easy, even though you may be taking medicines and other things. Yeah. So this is the bottom line.
Very interesting. So you think you can have a course in Hong Kong?
Yeah,
We
we
can,
are we are we are planning that simple course first, or if we have a public talk, we can have a simple 1 day course of the access to the body talk techniques, where we teach 6 particular things, which you practice it over a period of time, and you see how you feel, and then we can do more advanced courses, right? So we do plan one pretty soon in August sometime when I'm there. So even we have a couple of people, and according to the people, we can take the direction of that force. But it's definitely useful to do that. This is what I.
Suresh, I'm curious to know, it may sound a little humorous, what is the difference between you doing this and I'm doing something like this? So,
There is a
what,
big, sir, very
huh?
big difference, because you have not learned this dynamics of quantum. I send a wave, a standing wave, down to the
Hmm.
thalamus. You are just doing it without knowing anything. As is different. You can scratch your head. There's a difference, of course. So you are missing the point. It is not a physical modality where you press something, touch something. It's energy movement. It's energy. There are electrical circuits in the brain. Yeah. I'm
Hmm.
balancing those. Yeah. But you are only scratching or hitting your head. That's different. So there is a difference. Difference is in the brain, in the
So, in
understanding.
that case,
So when you understand, I don't have to tap. I can just mentally tap you and make a change. I don't, because I do distance sessions. The lady in Sweden was treated by me. I never seen her one to
hmm.
one. So I just do by distance, right? We are a hologram. Our hologram exists everywhere, all over the planet, right? Every atom communicates with every other atom on the planet. Every cell in your body is forever communicating with every other cell in the body. Every part of your body, every cell is a hologram of your entire body. So you have to understand the philosophy, right? And you live that philosophy, and then you get the result, right? So there is a difference, of course.
So would
There's
you
a
like to
difference in my
continue the
thought
session?
process.
Do you think that there is a point of having one more session on live
I
session?
think I think we should have, because the subject is so deep. Just introducing the subject is very deep. Leave alone the teaching part is
So,
different,
so if
because
we get
you
you
have to
on the
change
show
it.
again, you can reveal some more information to our audience.
Sure, sure. Yeah, given time, whenever you plan. So my next talk, I will not repeat this. I will take you to a deeper level, so it will give you a clearer understanding. Because we
Okay,
need
so
to pass on this information.
ठीक है. So we'll arrange another show, and we will see if we can coin up questions that have been unanswered, or there are any other new things that you can tell the audience for their enhancement. Correct?
I would like you on the panel to form the questions, because I'm open to any kind of question. I have answers. If
Okay,
I
I
if,
will
if
discuss
I
with
frame
you
the, so
and
it is
few
up
other
to
people
you.
from the globe and
Yes.
ask and come out with certain questions. Okay, Urvashi, so are we ready to close?
Yes, Dada. We'll
I would
close.
like to close with a universal message from my side is Vasudeva Kutumbakam, that the world is our family. And with that, I will let you do the prayer.
Thank you so much, Dr. Dagur. We have really enjoyed this session and it's been very, very
Thank,
valuable. Thank you so much. I will end with some Vedic mantras.
thank you.
ॐ सर्वेषां स्वस्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरि ओम
Okay. Thank you, Urvashi.
Thank you.
Om.
Thank you so much, Dada.
Thank you
Thank
for
you,
the
Theo.
opportunity.
Hariom. And
Thank
thank
you,
you, everyone.
Sagar. We will all now leave and
Yeah.
say our good night.
Yeah. Thank
Thank
you for
you.
Thank
having
you,
me.
everyone.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you,
Hariom.
Doctor. Thank you so much. Hariom. Good night.
Bye bye.
Hariom.